Hello, and welcome to Medical Terminology MP111. This PowerPoint will go over some important information about our online class. I'm excited to spend the next 10 weeks with you as you learn to break down and build medical words that are often considered to be intimidating and overwhelming. Take a look at the medical words and abbreviations on this slide. Perhaps you know all or quite a few of these words. Maybe you can pick out some word parts that you know, like cardio, which means heart, and arthro, which means joint, maybe even osteo, which means bone. But I imagine most of you feel like the little baseball here, that this is all jargon. But please know that at the end of this term, you will be able to understand and communicate with medical language with colleagues if you have a career in healthcare, or even with your own healthcare providers. My name is Stephanie Carr, and I am your instructor for this course. My contact information is on the syllabus, but please know that email is by far the best way to contact me. My office hours are by appointment only and will be via Zoom, as I now live in Texas and cannot be on campus. So a little background information on me. So I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in pharmacology and toxicology from the University of California, Davis. And then I have my Doctor of Pharmacy degree, or my PharmD, from Creighton University. I worked in the world of pharmacy for a bit, but discovered my true passion for teaching when my kids were little. So here I am. I've been teaching at PCC since 2013. This online course will have all lectures or PowerPoint videos posted on D2L. You will go over these on your own time. Each topic has guided notes that you can either print or create an online file where you can take notes electronically. I personally like writing, as I've always heard that the memory is in the wrist, but you choose whatever works best for your online learning style. If you do not have a printer at home, each of you has a budget to be able to print for free on campus, so please take advantage of this option. These guided notes will help guide you through your studying and help you understand what I expect you to know. I recognize there is a ton of information, but I do not require the textbook, so I want to give you as much information as possible. Each topic will have a self-test that will be due on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. You can take these self-tests as many times as you would like before the due date, and only your highest score will count. But please note that every quiz will change each time you take it. We also have case study quizzes on D2L. These case studies are designed to help you think critically and use medical language as you will be using it in your healthcare careers. These should be fun or enjoyable. If you are struggling with any of the questions, you can certainly email me or post them on the general discussion board to get help from your classmates. You will have all of the questions embedded in the case studies on the Google Doc that you will download before you even open the quiz on D2L. So please be sure that you download the Google Doc and go through the case studies before you open the quiz, because once you open the quiz, the entire case studies are not on there, only the questions. There is no reason to not get 100% on these case studies because you will have all the questions, and you also can email me or post on the general discussion board to get help. We also have weekly discussion assignments. These are not difficult and should also be fun. While I do allow a 3-day grace period on quizzes, those self-test and case study quizzes, I do not allow late submissions for discussion assignments. Please do not email me and ask me to accept late discussions. It will make me sad, but I will say no. Please get them done early in the week so you don't miss the deadline. This is a 4-credit class. That means that you should be spending about 8 to 12 hours per week on this class. The rule of thumb is that you spend 2 to 3 hours per credit per week on a class. So during these 8 to 12 hours each week, you will be watching the lecture videos. And again, I know these can be a little bit long, but I'm not requiring the textbook, so I feel like I need to give you as much information as I can. You'll also be filling in the guided notes and making and studying flashcards. You will also be completing class assignments, and again, those are the discussion assignments, the topic self-test, and the case study quizzes. Your grade in this class will be based on the following graded assignments: the self-test for each topic, and these are open note, open resource, so feel free to use Google as needed. Case studies quizzes, the discussion assignments, and then we have one final exam, which is cumulative. It covers all 14 topics, and it is not open note or open resource. So again, the best way to study for this test is to go through those PowerPoints. Those PowerPoints are very important. I know they're long, but they're broken down so you can do them at your own pace. So as you go through those PowerPoints, fill in the guided notes. And then from those guided notes, make flashcards of all of your vocabulary terms. And then review in order to memorize the meanings of the terms. And then another really good way to study is to repeat those self-tests as many times as you can until the deadline or until the due date. For making flashcards, I really recommend going to the dollar store, buying the 3x5 note cards. You can cut them in half to make them go further. I also recommend getting colorful highlighters, pens, markers, colored pencils, anything to make taking notes a little bit more fun and a little more engaging and easier to study. Color actually does help you memorize stuff a little bit easier, so I recommend making them as colorful and color-coded as you can. As I have mentioned, the textbook is not required. However, it is a really good book. The optional textbook is Medical Language, Immerse Yourself, the 5th edition by Susan Turley. Pearson is the publisher. You can also get an older version of the textbook if you'd like, or really any medical terminology textbook would be great to have on hand. If you see anything about My Medical Terminology Lab or the My Lab, please know that it is not required and we do not use it in our medical terminology classes. So as listed in the syllabus, the course description is that this course covers abbreviations, prefixes, suffixes, and root words of terminology used in the medical field. It introduces anatomy and physiology, so this class is great to take before you take those A and P classes. It introduces pathological conditions, that would be diseases and conditions, diagnostic tests and procedures, and treatment for common medical disorders. We will cover spelling, defining, and pronunciating medical terms, and it is taught by medical specialty. The outcomes for this course is that you will be able to identify structures and describe the function of each body system. Structure and function, that is anatomy and physiology. You will describe common diseases and disorders within each of the body systems, and you will identify and interpret complex medical terms by breaking them into their component word parts in order to decipher their meaning. You will build medical words from their component word parts, and you will spell and pronounce common medical words. So because I don't require the textbook, I do want to provide you with a resource, which is the Word Parts Ultimate Guide. So you can find that right here under the course content or the course menu. It is the module right under the course information module, which is where you found this PowerPoint. And so in this Word Parts Ultimate Guide, we have an alphabetical list of all of the word parts. That includes the combining forms, the prefixes, and the suffixes. And if you don't know what those all are right now, you will after you go through topic 1. There is also a 54-page printable version of this. So if you click right here in the module, you will be able to open a Google Doc, and you just click the Use Template up in the right-hand corner, and then you will have your very own Google Doc with all this information to keep. And you can also print it, but again, it is 54 pages, so you may not want to, but you could at least download it to your computer, and then you will have it for easy access without having to go to our D2L page. So that is it for this introductory PowerPoint. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me or post on the general discussion board so I can answer the question, because your classmates may have the same question, or classmates may be able to answer questions as well. That's it for now. Have a great first week, and go ahead and finish all of the course introductory information and move on to topic 1. This is a very fast-paced class, and I don't want you to fall behind, so we will be covering topic 1 this week.